House Republicans want talks over a deficit reduction and the Affordable Care Act, but President Obama insists he won't negotiate until Congress ends the shutdown and extends the debt limit. Still, most observers believe eventually negotiations between the two sides are inevitable, maybe even a so-called grand bargain. But as Mike Canine reports, some progressives are worried about a dirty word in Washington lately: compromise.
However and whenever the standoff over the government shutdown ends, it will likely require negotiations between President Obama and House Speaker John Boehner, maybe a grand bargain. If so, many progressives worry something called a chained consumer price index could be on the table, changing the way Social Security benefits are calculated.
And these are the things that we worked for our entire careers. I worked 32 years for the federal government. We were never told that we would have a decrease in our COLAs or in our retirement benefits.
Essentially, cost of living adjustments for Social Security would be lower over time, which opponents call a cut in benefits.
They need to go out into the heartland of the country and see how people live paycheck to paycheck.
They say there's overwhelming opposition to a chained CPI, but at this Capitol Hill rally Wednesday afternoon, only 24 protesters came. For many Americans, the issue is abstract and complicated.
And if we explain this as a benefit cut, everybody gets it.
Meanwhile, in today's Wall Street Journal, Congressman Paul Ryan, chairman of the House Budget Committee, called on President Obama to negotiate a debt ceiling deal with Republicans. Quote, to break the deadlock, both sides should agree to common sense reforms of the country's entitlement programs and tax code. For example, he says, quote, we could ask the better off to pay higher premiums for Medicare, and we could ask federal employees to contribute more to their own retirement.
He's talking about, okay, we'll give in. All you have to do is cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And you know what? Maybe then we'll reopen the government after, by the way, you gave us our budget. That is unacceptable.
These protesters say they're directing their message at Congress, but also at the White House. After all, in the past, the president has endorsed the concept of a chained CPI as long as Republicans offered up new revenues. In the newsroom, Mike Canine, News Channel 8.